Yes, I'm still alive and there's a lot of light coming in my face. So, I've got a couple of things to show you. First of all, is a little sneak preview of the cover of the new DVD. It's complete and it looks brilliant. That's my opinion anyway. So here it is. All your mixtapes are belong to us. Oh, don't want to look at you too much. You gotta buy the DVD and check it out for yourself. So, it's beautiful, isn't it? Anyway, that's that. Now, that's took up a whole 30 seconds of video. So, I'm actually going to show you one other thing. And that's my collection of retro gaming magazines. I thought, you know, it's decent size. It's not that, you know, I haven't got all of them, but I would like to get all of them eventually. And I get about 2 a month. The current one, which is in the bedroom, not bother getting those. Everyone knows the current ones. And one old one. You know, I like to track back and get the, you know, the red binders and the green binders and the blue binder ones. You know, like the old ones. So, also, I have one issue, which is the anthology of the first publisher when it was published by. What was it published by? It was published by Live Publishing. The current ones, right, like that, is published by Imagine. So they're two different companies, and where this one left off, this one was okay. It was a bit generic. I found the reviews and stuff like that, and what they say, just too standard. It didn't really have anything that wasn't said already. You know what I mean? And didn't really have. I don't know, generic is the best word there is for it. It's just bleh, you know. I mean, it's good. It's a good magazine, you know, but not great. Whereas this is a great magazine. Retro Gamer wants it taken over by the new team. Much better. Much better. So, this is the Anthology Volume 2. I haven't got the first one, sadly, but I've got the third one. Anthology Volume 3. I find it a bit annoying because there's a lot of like retro inspections in this that have been done in this, and these two got released pretty much at the same time, which is a bit annoying because, you know, like, let's say, alright, here's what I mean, right? And the thing is, between these two, there's no variation whatsoever. It's just the same article printed over and over again. You know, like, when you're spending this much money on one of these big anthologies, you want it to be a little bit, you know, more varied. You know, I thought maybe if they could be clever, they could have used some of the other stuff that came out during the year to fill out the pages of this magazine, rather than using stuff that's in a magazine that's getting released the same month. Okay? That aside, let's move on. Okay, besides the big collector things you've got here, you've also got the regular magazines. Now, what happened was, I first spotted Retro Gamer magazine at the newsagent, the local newsagent, which is where you buy, you know, newspapers and your Tats Lotto thing, you know, the lottery, you know, and you know, you get magazines there, lots and lots of magazines, aisles and aisles of them. And I'm looking up and I see Retro Gamer and a CD that came with the cover, and the CD had emulators. So I grabbed that, and I grabbed the magazine, and I never really looked at it that much, you know. I was like, oh, I just wanted to play the emulated games. And that was okay until I bought the next copy and fell in love with it. I guess you can see why. Yeah. This was a few months later. This is issue 25 and this is issue 27. So 2 months later, I saw this. I bought this and went, wow, this is a pet magazine, you know. So I continued to buy it and continue to buy it. And there's great articles in this. Not only do they, you know, review great games, but they pull apart the systems, not open them or anything, but, you know, talk about how they came up with it, issues they had when they were making it, variations of the systems, as well as interviews with, you know, the makers of the games. Some of the covers are sensational. If you can see, this one has a rough kind of, looks like glitter on it, you know, it's beautiful. And the Knight's review is pretty good in this too. They have price guides that let you know how much that you should be paying for consoles when you're looking up to buy old consoles. You know, they have a great little section at the start of every man called Back to the 80s, Back to the 90s. There's the Back to the 90s, you know. And what they do is they choose a random month from every, you know, year in that decade and talk about what was happening in that month, you know, like in gaming at that time. And, you know, for me it's great because I not just love, you know, the games itself, I also love the history that came around with it, you know, problems that was having, you know, and not just that, to get it from an English perspective, which is different, you know. Usually read online and it's all about what happened over there in America, you know, you never hear what happened in the Power Grid. Oh no, we've just lost a couple of episodes. Huh. Can I break a rumour while I'm here for now? This is an issue of Outrun, by the way. On the back, there's an ad for Foster's. Can I break the rumour that no Aussie actually drinks this crap? No, we don't. Anyway, I personally like, you know, international beer, like from Germany, Belgium, Denmark, you know, Carlsberg. Love Carlsberg, and I love Japanese beer like Asahi and stuff like that. Anyway, decent issue. This helped us out with the Chase HQ episode. Remember we go back into the Chase HQ, the second half of the episode is having a look at what Retro Gamer Magazine said about it. This is a good issue because you have multiple covers. Some of the covers are really good too. They obviously put a lot of effort on their artwork. What was this issue? They talked about Microprose. They did a review on Panzer Dragoon and the making of Alien vs Predator on the Jaguar. This one they did Battlezone on the Atari 2600, or the arcade version of it, I think. They had a look at the Amstrad CPC. They had a look at the company Accolade, which did the driving games, the car driving games, as well as Bubsy. They had a look at Wind Commander on the computer. Then this one we did a Mario Kart. There was a Mario Kart one. They had a look at the MSX computer. They had a look at Echo the Dolphin and R-Type, which was good. And this is just, there's tons more in each issue. It's just there's highlights as well, you know. You know, and these things, I mean, I read them from cover to cover, you know, by all the forums, the, you know, some of the articles you can read twice just to get all the information in, because it's just so in-depth with information when they have interviews with the actual makers of the game. Yeah, really, really good magazine. I'm getting there. Obviously they made too many covers and then had to fit them all in. Sega Mega Drive issue. Game Boy. Hello boys! Ninja, Last Ninja. Great Commodore 64 game. If you check out My Morning Jacket again, he just did did a song from this game, and it is just brilliant. Love it. Oh, good issue that one. I like this one. Spy Hunter issue. This was a good one. I like this one. Yeah. Oh, the interview with the Oliver twins is fantastic. Talking about how developers, you know, what they're doing now and why making games based on movies and popular franchises are so popular nowadays, you know. So we pay $13.90 in Australia for each issue, and yeah, considering we pay about $4 for a 600ml Coke, you know, you get an idea of. There's one of the ones where a game reviewer or a game reader gets to review a game. Okay, during that drop that I had earlier in the video, I dropped a couple under the desk, so I've grabbed them just now. This is a good one, Gradius, and the beautiful cover of Zelda. I don't know how much these covers cost to do the reflection things, but God, it's worth it, I tell you what. Retro Rated, where they talk about games that have been released now that have a theme, like a game that would have, you know, done quite well back in the day. Anyway, sums it up pretty well. I think I've gone way over time here, so I'm going to have to cut it out in the editing. Maybe I'll show you my Mean Machines collection next time, but for now, take it easy.